Hello. Hi, Miss Citrick. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for changing the time.
Hey, no problem. Anything for you. You're my most favorite person. Hey, we just painted another room though. If I would have remembered, I would have just asked you to come over.
I don't know why you didn't.
That's
I
a
would have
bad
been
move.
there.
That's a bad move by me. Okay. We're a little bit before 2, so I'll probably wait one more minute and see if there's any more stragglers coming in. But hey, see, there you go. That's because I just reminded Stacey. Hi, Cindy and Becky. Oh man, lots of people. It's good. Look at all these. Everyone having fun today, Friday. We have a nice break coming up. What is it? I think if I share a tab, I can. All right. So, because I like to make these quick, we're going to get started. So, if you have not created a book creator account, first off, can everybody hear me okay? Thumbs up, I think. All right. If you have not created a book creator account, just go to book creator, Google it, type it into the search bar or the Omni box on the top. And then from there, you can sign in just with your Google from school, your school account. So make sure you click on the right side when you hit the sign in, you hit the teacher sign in. So from there, sign in with Google and then choose the corresponding Google account you want to sign up with. And then I am going to invite you to be part of my library. But one thing you'll notice when you first get in, this is really important, into my books, is there is a getting started with book creator book. So I want you to notice that. But go back to your teacher dashboard out here. And down here it says shared with me. And then there's a yellow button that says join a library. So we're going to click on that and it's going to ask you to enter the library code. And then here is my library code. So go ahead and type that in so then you can kind of follow along with me on that book. All right, I'll give about 30 more seconds. Hopefully my screen is not shaking at you like it is with me. Hi, Anne. Anne, do you have a book creator account? I don't have two screens, so I can't see you. If you do, go to bookcreator.com and then I'll share this with you, but here's the invite code to mine. So, all right, let's get started. And like I said at the end, I'll share that with you if you'd like to add this. The first thing is you're going to notice there's some libraries in here, and like I've talked about already, but we're going to go through it not pretty quickly, is there's a book called Getting Started with Book Creator. So the great thing about this is this has already done a lot of my job for me. It's kind of explaining through what Book Creator is, how you can do it. There's here, you go to My Books, there's a plus sign, you hit the new book when you want to create your own book. Then it walks you through kind of step by step how to do everything and how to insert media, how to insert different parts, then how to move and customize everything. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over this. However, if we get to the end and we have some questions and you want to ask me, Mr. Peterson, how did you add that part? By all means, please ask and I'll show you how to do that. But I wanted to point this out because it is a pretty quick read and it's going to kind of explain to you everything that you have to do to make your book awesome and great. It even goes on to how to publish and share your book, because maybe right now this looks nice, but when you publish it, it kind of gets rid of all the outdated or all the things around it, makes a nice presentation. So that like we always want to get to that point where the kids are really doing those polished tools. So I'm going to go back to my library. So if you have mine already, You can pull that up, the ways to use Book Creator. And then, like I said, I'm going to hit the play button so you can kind of see a little bit better of what this is. But in Book Creator, I thought, I don't want to go into the how-to because I think a lot of you can probably figure that out on your own. And it already has this book. But what I wanted to get into, so if I'm a teacher, how would I actually use this in my room? Because, to me, language arts, English, reading, that there's a total avenue right there. But science, math, how does that work out here? So this book is just full of different options of what you can do. And this first page I wanted to kind of point out because this is what really opened my eyes to how awesome I think Book Creator can be. My daughter, Peyton, is in 4th grade, and her teacher uses Book Creator, and they have a book made of all the books that they've ever read. So they have all the books. They just find a picture of it. They can kind of move it around, and they can make their book look however they want, and they can move their bookshelves around, and they can add more as they need to. The next thing is you can have notes pages. So here, if I'm a student, I have my notes, and I want to add my notes from chapter 13. I'm just going to click on this part over here, and I'm going to type right in there. So just to see kind of what that looks like. If I'm in the editing form, right here as a student, I can click right on here. Move this out of the way. And when I click on here, I can start taking my notes. This is important. I can type right in there. So I can kind of guide them where I want the information to go. And I can even have them insert audio clips. Okay. So I can insert an audio note instead of having them type it up. Because, yeah, maybe they want to type it up, but maybe they need more than that. The next option I kind of went over is a book review. So then maybe I have a book that I'm sharing with my students, or that everybody kind of just adds into it books. And I can change different areas of the cells or these little panels. And then any comments that I have for my students, I can leave off to the side because then those aren't really included in the books. And I can kind of help them go throughout the process. If I was a science teacher and I want to make a science journal, every day they come in, they can open this up, they can start a new page, they can insert their own panels. I can do that. The great thing about this also, as a teacher, I can take my pages. So like this is a science journal right here. I want to put this into people's books. I can hit copy to, and I can find any book that's in my actual library, and I can add that page to them. So every day they come in, I can add a new journal topic for them. I can add a new bell ringer for them. I can add a new exit slip for them every single day just by a couple quick pushes of the button. The other nice thing is down here, they can do a video of their experiment. So we're going to get into this in a little bit, but if they wanted to insert a video, they just hit the plus sign up here, import, and then from there, oh, sorry, my fault, hit the plus sign, and then they hit camera, and then from there, they're already ready to go. Mine's not working because I'm using Google Meets right now, but then that way the video comes up, and there's no going anywhere else. It's just all done right within this app. Okay, the next one. Maybe I wanted them to kind of have like an ongoing performance assessment. So I'm going to look at different inventions that happened throughout history, and each student's going to have a page in the book. They're going to tell me the name of the invention. They're going to find a picture of it, and then they're going to tell me, find a video or make a video that shows me how this shaped the modern world. So I'm going to insert that into that page. And then as a class, we come up with this book of inventions throughout history. Okay, or as a student, that can be their job. And other students can be important people throughout history, whatever, cause and effects throughout history, whatever that is. Then this is one, in a specific example, somebody was talking to me that they have fetuses that make notes to their parents of mommy of like, hey mom, I hope you're making smart decisions and you're not drinking, because if you drink, so that's why you should listen, this is what could happen to me. And having a picture of fetal alcohol syndrome, and then a picture of what that child looks like at the point of the note. Another thing, I talked about this already, but I create a learning book throughout the unit. So I know a lot of history teachers talk about causes and effects. So I could have each page every day, they're going to learn about cause number 1 on Monday, on cause number 2 on Tuesday. And then they kind of create their own textbook or their own learning journal throughout that. And then as a teacher, I might check that every day. I might check that every Friday. I might check it at the end of the unit, however I want to decide to do that. But then those students are kind of building their own thing throughout the unit. An ongoing performance assessment. So if how magnets make fields, here's my proof number 1. Here's my picture of it. Here's my video explanation and how my thoughts have changed since the last page. So every day I'm reflecting on what have I learned differently. And maybe I have the first page is a picture of what I think magnetic fields look like. And every day I'm just adding to that, or I'm changing that as I go throughout. So then by the end of the unit, they have one thing that's a polished project. It's done. I can check it, like I said, every day, every Friday, every Tuesday, whatever it is, and kind of work through it that way. they can give themselves students feedback. So one thing, if you have the paid feature, which maybe I'll tell you that we have a couple left, 6 or 7 now, and they can kind of leave feedback for themselves on each other's books if you want them to. If you don't want them to see each other's books, you can also turn that option off too. Then you can create a class book. So I did this one time when I was a science teacher. One student researched solids, another student would research liquids, one was research gas. They each made a page, and by the end of the unit, guess what? We had our own textbooks created. And then I had a definition, I had a picture, and then I had animation. Maybe I could insert videos, things like that. Now the next thing I want to go to, so I'm going to stop and pause for questions and then see how that goes. And then we're going to go into how do I go deeper. So I've done all those things already. And maybe you're like, I have not done any of those things. I need some time and I don't want to learn anything else. Then this would be a good time for you to kind of be like, thanks, Mr. Peterson, and stop and get off, or, shut your brain off, whatever you want to do, before we kind of get into some things you can do to make your books a little bit deeper for a student understanding. So like I said, I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Are there any questions that you have for me as of right now? Yes, I will resend the code. I'll put that in the chat. Thank you very much. Okay. If questions pop up, it's a great idea. Just put those in the chat and I will get those to you. So here's my code. Put that into the chat, like I said. Okay. All right. So then let's keep going. So what are some things that I might do if I wanted to dig deeper into this book creator, or my pages are good, but I want to know how to make students get a little bit deeper. So like I talked about, you can insert videos. So here's one I made within like 5 seconds before you guys all got here. Right in the book creator website and then put them right in your book. So like I said, I don't have to go to a different app. I don't have to upload it to Google Drive, and it's all just, I hit plus and I want to add something for my camera. I hit it and then it started recording. Maybe I want to add just a voice recording, so I can do that. You can even insert a recording. So in that way you don't have to worry about typing things out or reading. Okay. So then those are some options that I can do depending on what I want the students to do. Maybe the student doesn't want to type. Maybe I want to leave feedback that is recording, however that option is. Here's a big thing. The reason why I think this is so great is, when I was a teacher and we took notes and I give them this little box to put all their answers in, you don't have to do that anymore. Like that box now can be a recording, it can be a video, it can be a picture, it could be text, it could be an animation, it can be an embedded video, whatever they want to do in order to show their understanding. So they kind of create their own differentiation. They create their own extensions by you just giving them this tool to say, hey, here's what I want you to show, and then they can choose how they show that to you. You can also embed a video. So here's a video that I made from YouTube. So instead of me having to recreate the video, I just went out to YouTube, grabbed the embed link, and then now this is right in my textbooks. So there you go. If you haven't watched it, it's super great. I'd watch it if I were you. So the last thing is you can embed links. So I kind of put these in here because these are the 3-4 books that I really looked at that are super awesome. How to embed content, how to use this as a formative assessment, 50 ways to use this, and then the big creator book. The other thing is, I'm going to show you, when I go back to my books and click on my teacher dashboard, I have this discovery button. When I click on that, there's all these books that have been created to help you. You can look for examples by grade level, by subject. Okay, you can look at for everything you want. So if you want to see a science book that's already made, you can kind of find those and have those things done for you. You can, this is like I said, I looked at this one awesome before. Here's an example of, this is a professional that made a book. Then you can even publish these, put them on iTunes and sell them. I don't know how Kevin would feel about that or how that works, but we could get into that later. But you can at least put it on there, and then you can become a published author because now you have a public work out there. Maybe it's free just to get out. But like I said, you can create these links to get to different places. You can make books that look super awesome. Like you can see there's inserted recording, some images and things like that to kind of make this product look very, very professional. All right. So as for me, that's all I have. I know there was a couple more questions. Any other questions? Tara, if you want to stick around, I'll help you out with that before we leave. No? All right. Well, like I said, my goal is always to try to keep these around 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have any other questions, if you're like, man, that seems super awesome, but Mr. Peterson talked way too fast, I'll be sending out the recording on Monday. Otherwise, I know you all have lots of people in your buildings that have been using this, or coaches that would love to come in and help you, so you can reach out to one of them. All right? Any questions? Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend, everyone.